Hi everyone, I'm going to use Quinn, the behavior analyst who generated the self-made rule. If I don't solve every client issue perfectly, I'm not a good behavior analyst. To show how rule govern behavior and the transformation of stimulus function work in these assignments. First, let's look at behavior that is controlled by rules. The way Quinn said, it is a clear case of rule-governed behavior because they are following a verbal rule instead of getting rewards or punishments directly. This means that Quinn's actions, like checking every data sheet twice or spending too much time writing reports, are limited by what the rule says could happen, not by what is happening in the real world. Since the rule is socially mediated, it works like a form of compliance. Quinn follows it to avoid getting in trouble with clients or managers. This is not the same as contingency-shaped behavior, which is formed by directly experience with rewards or punishments. Quinn's perfectionism hasn't come from getting constant feedback. It came from hearing someone say it means to be a good behavior analyst. Second, let's discuss the transformation of a stimulus function. Because of this self-imposed rule, things at work that were once neutral, like emails from clients, talks with supervisors, or performance reviews, can start to make you feel anxious. For instance, something harmless like getting an email from a boss could start to make Quinn feel worried or tense because he connects it to failing or being disapproved of. Relational frame theory says that this process changes through verbal relationships. So if Quinn connects flaws with failing and failing with being a bad worker, then any hint about work success can make people feel the same way, anxious. To put it simply, Quinn's private verbal rule changes how these stimulus function, but not how they actually affect people. Third, let's look at the avoidance behavior that might result. If Quinn is now anxious about supervision meetings or getting feedback from clients, she may start to avoid them. She might do this by delaying meetings, writing too many reports, or not working with her coworkers. These avoidance behaviors are negatively encouraged since they alleviate or eliminate anxiety, even if only temporarily. If Quinn skips a supervision meeting to finish data analysis perfectly, for example, the short-term relief from stress reinforces both the avoidance and the underlying rule. Over time, this pattern reinforces the idea that avoiding imperfect situations keeps you from failing, which keeps you reacting in a way that follows the rules. Quinn's rules: if I don't solve every client problem perfectly, I am not a good behavior analyst, shows how word can affect actions even when there is not direct environmental factors at play. The transformation of stimulus function describes how neutral work events can trigger anxiety through verbal interactions, and how avoidance responses reinforced by transient relief keep the cycle going. This example shows how private verbal rules can create and maintain unhealthy habits that stop professional growth, even when there is not direct proof of the expected outcomes. Thank you for listening. Bye.